All right, we're back from the 34-day road trip and we're filming how we actually showered during this road trip. We did not stay in a hotel, not even one time. We're using the Joolca
double ensuite shower tent in the Joolca Hottap hot water system.
And it definitely worked out well. We'll tell you our full review after this, but here's some shots of us using it actually on the road trip. All right, we're at the next campground in Palo Duro State Park in Texas. It's kind of cool because you got like these red rocks peeking through the screen. Almost looks like Utah, but with a lot of greenery. So we're gonna test out the Joolca Nomad.
It's the Hottap and it's the Nomad option, which comes with this tub that holds it, which also doubles as a camp sink. And there's a splitter so you can have your dishes set up with your shower set up at the same time. We also have the double ensuite tent. So there will be a dry area and then a wet area so that you could get dressed without getting all wet. So we're going to set those up
and test them out. I think we'll set this one up and then we'll bring you back when we're digging into that. Why don't you give us a tour?
That was really quick, like a minute. So this is the entrance door. So this would be like your dry room where you would get dressed, or some people put a toilet there. And then there's an inner door and you're gonna have, I think, the shower head come in through here. There are a couple windows if you're in a secluded area. And then there's little pockets for...
Is that vents up there?
Yeah. So, like that
Like
one.
vents on both sides?
Yeah. And then this you could hold towels and stuff right here. This is a towel bar. And then you could probably
Strap.
use this as a pocket for your clothes if you wanted to.
Two pockets down there.
And then there's netting around the edges. And then there's this, so when it's wet, you pick it up and it should dump all the water out. They also sell like a base that kind of recycles the water, but without a filtration system, I don't know why you would want to recycle shower water.
Let's see.
So we don't have that.
So what's in your thing?
Okay, so the Hottap is the hot water heater and the hoses and such.
So this is a sink and a hot water heater. Currently in Palo Duro, where we're at right now, the temperature is about 90 and the humidity is like 80 or 90, so it's pretty awesome.
I think this is meant to be your like dish strainer.
Oh, I think that this is in the way.
Yeah. So
looks like that's for the propane tank.
Yeah. Oh, and it came with batteries. Nice.
And then it looks like it all fits inside of itself. So this is the base to hold the hot water tap, and then this acts as a sink.
Right. And then this is the pump. If you were like near a river or something, there's a part that you throw in, and then that pump would pump the water. But we're at a place with water, so we're just going to hook up to that system.
All right, so I think we'll get this this whole thing all situated, and then we'll bring you back. All right, so the faucet was actually underneath the hot tap. So this is your faucet.
That's the shower. Yeah, that's shower head, and then this will be the, if you're using it for dishes, and then this is the little filter that you would
throw
hook
in a
up
stream
to the
or
hose
something.
and throw up in the stream or the lake or whatever.
They do seem to have their own connections. So
yeah, they're all like a plastic quick connect.
Yeah, it's like a plastic. It's O-ringed. So we're gonna have to see how all of that actually. I'm assuming there's something that plugs into a normal.
Yeah, there is
tap.
an adapter somewhere here.
All right, so we'll figure all that out.
I have gotten a little wet, but it works. So. So yeah.
So it clips on, and you can also just hand hold it as well.
Yeah.
There's windows here. I don't know why you would need those, but there are windows there. But this is fully set up, and then we got, well, it was just an extra length of hose.
Yeah.
So we got one of the longer sections of hose coming all the way over. Not sure if we'll run it through the water heater because, like I said, it is really hot here.
Yeah.
And even the water coming out of the tap it's not super cold, so.
Yeah, so now we can take a shower. Woo!
All right, and then I guess we'll bring you back for a review of this, and then Melissa was wanting to do the dishes with that, so we'll see how both of those pan out.
Okay, so we've set up the sink. You want to make sure when you're camping that you pick like a biodegradable soap or shampoo, that sort of thing. So I researched also you want to make sure that you're at least 150 feet away from any water source if you're dumping it somewhere. So you would want to, I think there's a river over there, so we'd want to make sure to dump it over there. So yeah, we're just gonna, this has a very nice, so I think it's variable. Yeah, so that's nice. So you can get just a nice little stream. And I got my little scrub mommy. So, whoops. So now I can just easily wash all my stuff and then rinse it off and then go to bed.
3, 2, 1.
So the Joolca Hottap automatically turns on, and I feel kind of bad that we didn't use this before because it is extremely easy to use. There's no pilot to light, nothing like that. You have the batteries in, it senses the water flow and just immediately lights up to your desired temperature. All right, so for our review, this thing worked flawlessly, and we bought this with our own money. We are not sponsored by them, unfortunately, but we actually owned this for a while. And I was kind of reluctant to put it up, but this thing was so easy to set up. This thing sets up in under a minute, and everything is quick disconnects, including the propane. Everything was super easy, and the I put that clip in of the propane automatically lighting itself, or the water heater automatically lighting itself. That thing was just so easy, and you can adjust in the flow with the temperature. So there's kind of like some variation right there where it can be a little tricky to dial in your temperature, but man, like you couldn't outrun that. You would just burn out of propane. Everything was super easy, and then this was easy to pack back in its bag. It wasn't like a normal tent where you're fighting it the whole time. The bag is nicely oversized, so it fits this perfectly. The only thing I would say was a little bit tricky was getting all the hoses back into its actual container, but I would say that this thing is well worth the money. But what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it worked out really good. I think it would have been helpful to have like a little stool or a chair or something in here because it was kind of like hard to get your pants on if you're like worried about falling over into the tent, which isn't going to be a very good thing. But other than that, like it worked really well. Most of the campgrounds we used it at had water hookup, but one time we did use water from the trailer, so that worked out really awesome. I think we used significantly most of the water had been generated by the water generator, so that was awesome.
So that was, I think 5 people took showers and only used, I would say about 15 gallons, something like that.
Yeah.
So for a different video, if you want to see how the trailer generates water, we'll try to put that down in the description. But it was kind of interesting using water that we generated because in case you haven't seen any of it, we built this whole bathroom right here in the trailer with a ton of solar on top.
Yeah, so we were really happy with it. We obviously conserved water by shutting it off when we were like soaping or shampooing or something. We had well enough water every time. We also were being careful not to discharge too much water where we were, so it got muddy. We found it worked better if we used it on grass than just bare dirt, but it worked both places. We were careful to use shampoo and soap that was biodegradable and easily just broke down in the water into natural elements. You can get like a base that either recycles the water or it would pump it into like a gray water tank for you if you wanted to, but it's actually kind of heavy and a little bit expensive, so we didn't go with that, but maybe in the future we would upgrade to it. We've been very happy. Everything seems very thoughtfully designed, like the cases holding everything.
I would also say like everything seems like high quality.
Yeah, we
like
didn't have any
zippers,
problems with the zippers.
There's even spots to strap this thing down in case it's too windy, but it seems very high quality.
Yeah, even like this, so that it's protecting the joint so that it doesn't rip the bag when you put it in. Everything seems really well designed and really thoughtfully designed, so we were very happy with it.
So another thing I wanted to show you is I'm 6'4", okay? And I'm in here, plenty of headroom, okay? So I'm 6'4", so I'm the tallest one in the family, so if I fit, everybody fits. So I just wanted you to see that. So 6'4", 300 pounds, I fit in here fine. I got plenty of room to shower. So then my wife here, she's about 5'10", and
yeah, I definitely had plenty of room. And then these are nice because nobody can see you, but where it was hot, like in Texas, where we weren't even using the hot water, just the hoses, which felt good to take a cold shower, it let some of that humidity out. And that was nice. And also it dried pretty quickly, so we were able to pack it up. We didn't have to like leave it out for days and everything. And then as you see, like we probably did put it away wet a couple times, and it's not significantly like gross or anything. It is a little muddy on the outside, but
also these windows also act as like big bags.
yeah, we just shoved our clothes, like our clean clothes we shoved in here, and then our dirty clothes we just put in those. So that worked. And then we hung our towels on the rack.
So yeah, you can use these as basically bags. So you don't necessarily have to have these open for windows. That's how our family of 5 use them. And then there's spots to hook things like everywhere, straps. So you can do whatever you need to do for your family. Hang up towels. There's little hooks to have the window or the vent to stay open. But in here, so the hose is going to come up from down there, and then it's going to lock in to all of these. And then you can have it hang right here, or you can just hold it handheld. But so you can come over from either side from what it looks like.
Yeah, I think you can come in from here too, so and at the bottom. So there are multiple places it can come from.
So depending on your water hookup, the tent should never be, oh, we got to turn the tent around. Oh, we got to do this. That is always going to be fine. And I don't know if she said, but we put our shampoos and our scrubbies in there.
And then I know some families have the Joolca toilet, and if they don't have already a place to go, they put the toilet in the second area. I think they also have a triple, like a triple ensuite, so it's got 3 different rooms. And then they also have, for this, they have like a rain awning, so it would keep you dry if you like walked out and it was raining. And I think they have some other accessories for this. And then I think they also have like bags for your hoses in case you have the same problem as us, where they don't quite all fit back into that blue tub. But also we did buy that extra one, so of course that one's not going to fit.
So the actual water heater itself, it has a base, or it has a hook where you can hang it from a tree. And we were actually at a campground. We saw a guy hanging his from a tree, which was interesting. But no, this thing works flawlessly. The only thing that I'm disappointed about is that we didn't use it sooner, because we had it for a while before we actually used it. And no, this thing worked awesome and flawlessly. And the tent itself is pretty narrow, so it doesn't take up a lot of room, and that bag's pretty small. But so yeah, I definitely cannot recommend enough. But so the next 2 videos about this trip that are coming up is going to be the day in the life, and then the water test video that I show you how much water this trailer generated the whole time. And the day in the life is us waking up, how we use the trailer in a complete day camping at Yosemite. So stick around for that. And if you like this content, or if you want to see more, please like, subscribe, and share the content. But anything else?
Make sure you hit the notification bell too.
See you later.